Hello and welcome to your 2018 Sagittarius Great Mother Speaks full moon reading. This year it is on May 29th. Great Mother speaks to those of us who are experiencing mama drama trauma. This deck and these readings are specifically designed to offer clarity, balance, and confirmation to those of us consistently and persistently experiencing abandonment or abuse from the mother or maternal figures that impact our lives today. This person could have abandoned us in childhood or could abandon us in adulthood through addictions or through death. This is not about blame or shame. This is about identifying how we feel as a distinct human being from the issues, unhealed issues, traumas imposed upon us in childhood. I am Tammy Taylor, an inner work life coach specializing in mama drama trauma condition, in which the mother projects unhealed aspects of herself onto her child, causing emotional and or physical trauma. Now, in cases where the mother is unable, unwilling, or unavailable to heal, loving detachment is required. So we talk about that in the readings. We deal with mothers oftentimes who change like the phases of the moon, and so it's difficult for us to distinguish how we feel from our mothers. And so these lunar readings are designed to cultivate, to nurture, and to actually grow and evolve the space within us to have the ability to do that for ourselves. We look at the sidereal, the soul sign. So the sidereal moon sign, this full moon is in Scorpio, in the nakshatra of Anudra, that vivacious, creative, caring, stellar mansion in the sky that the moon will be in as it is reflecting the light of the sun in Taurus in the nakshatra, the beautiful, enhancing, gracious Rohini, this composure riddled, compassionate, devoted, noble energy of the sun. So we look at the soul astrology, the sidereal, to ascertain that soul space. So if you are Sagittarius, that means that more than likely your sidereal sign is in Scorpio, making this your first house, and also your halfway mark of your lunar new year. Be sure to check out in the playlist your lunar new year readings if that hasn't happened for you yet. Stay tuned, because every new moon marks the lunar new year for your new moon sign. So the Taurus lunar new year readings have just been posted, and the Geminis will be coming up. Of course, that is Taurus Gemini with the Taurus in the sidereal. Now, these are posted according to your Western. If you're new with us, want to be sure that you understand that the full moon in terms of Great Mother is really focusing on really paying attention to what those new moon intentions were that you set. We've been doing some readings that focused on those new moon wishes. Great Mother offered 5. It suggested that 10 be a maximum. Want to do some research on that? Go to greatmotherspeaks.info/vlog to see what those suggested new moons readings have been for the last 2 months. We're going to kind of move away from that. As you practice on your own, you gain your own rhythm, you gain your own stance of understanding how that energy works. These readings will make a lot more sense to and for you. With this full moon, we're really looking at the cleansing, purification aspect of what has come forward as a result of your new moon intentions. And so again, you might want to check out what those suggested ones were if you did not set them by Great Mother, and to see what is coming up in your internal life at this particular time as this full moon in Scorpio Sagittarius purifies, cleanses, and really tests the mutual feelings that you have. Now, mutual feelings have to do with, of course, our personal and professional relationships. With the moon reflecting the sun, it's always on the opposing sign that we find that solar energy. So the sun now is in that Taurus and the sidereal Gemini in the Western. So your moon sign attraction will naturally be to someone with that Taurus, Gemini, Sidereal, Western axis. Of course, the Western astrology has to do with our emotional ego energy. Western astrology is an earth-centric astrology, and we do the reading from that place to have a conscious hit from what Great Mother is saying from that deeper space, and you find what resonates best with you. So, with no further ado, here are your May full moon readings from Great Mother Speaks. Capricorn, Aquarius, moon sign people, this full moon is in your 11th and 5th house. The moon is in your 11th house, and so this has to do with your close relationships, your cliques perhaps that you hang in, networks, business associates, that type of thing, social causes maybe even that you care a great deal about. It's reflecting the sun. This full moon, of course, is always opposing the sun here in your 5th house. And so wanting to have fun, creativity perhaps, wanting to express yourself in new ways maybe, or to amplify ways that you've already been doing so. You're approaching this full moon with a sense of purification. So there's something in your close group, your closely knit groups or your cliques, perhaps even your public image that you're wanting to purify, you're wanting to clarify. So on an emotional and intuitive level coming from that Capricorn energy, there may be a real kind of methodical way that you're thinking that things need to be redone, things need to be restructured and reassessed in your life at this time. So with that reassessment, it probably has come as a result of reacting to someone or a situation that has caused you some anger that you've been holding back on for a period of time, and now is the time to recognize this. There's been a frustration, and it's time to really express what that is. And it's a transformative opportunity with this full moon to do so, because what you're going to do is actually align yourself with your soul intention for this shift. You didn't know, in other words, that you needed to purify how you're relating to your closely knit groups, but now it's becoming clear that there's been an underlying issue for some time that you haven't been comfortable with. It doesn't feel right to you. And so you're going to express that, and as you do so, it will align you, ego, soul. This is a gut chakra. Here we have the antenna that connects us to the third eye. And with the Moses card, of course, we're leading ourselves out of captivity. So Capricorn, Aquarius, moon sign people, there's been some type of captivity that you felt as it relates to other people and their rules, their regulations, their structure, and you're just not with it anymore. You're needing to do something else, and you're very much guided by your internal intuitive voice. And so that Capricorn energy from the sidereal is very much downloading to you some very clear guidance about what needs to change and how it needs to change in order for you to alleviate the frustrations that you're feeling, because it's making you feel ungrounded. In fact, other people are taking away more from you than they're giving to you at this particular point. And you know that, you feel that, and you're ready to release the victimhood as a result of this situation at this particular time. Great Mother is saying that in your shadow position, however, you're not, as of now, acting on that intuition. And so you may not be, because you don't really understand how powerfully you are downloading clear impressions about how to recreate your life in a way that is more fun for you, that is more freewheeling to you, and that is giving you the information and the insights that you need to clearly communicate what you need in order to do that. So you might not be aware that the reason these things are coming to you so clearly and so succinctly is so that you can clearly communicate them. It's not to overwhelm you, it's to get that energy out of you in a loving way. There's a lot of beautiful energy that is around us during this full moon with the sun and Taurus in the sidereal soul astrology. It's in the nakshatra of Rohini, which is a very devoted, compassionate, just composed energy. And so you'll be perceived that way. That's the solar energy. And in the Sidereal, the moon is in Scorpio. So, you know, it's in the nakshatra of Anudra. That's very vivacious, creative, and caring. And so what it is that you're wanting to recreate, what it is that you're wanting to express is going to be reflected in you by what you say and what you do as a result of acknowledging what Great Mother is saying right now. Don't be fearful. You have the energy that is supporting you at this particular time. There is good reason for you to feel apprehension. This situation appears as if it's been going on for quite some time. But as you accept your feelings around it this full moon, again, another gut chakra card, accept, what you know in your gut. And you will be able to reclaim your health, your happiness, your wholeness in your life. And there could be some sadness around it that you're anticipating, but there's no indication of that here. The indication is that you might be overly concerned about how people will see you. But as I've said, the energies during this full moon, as they come to full illumination within you, and they are expressed with love, composure, and compassion, they will be perceived that way, and you will be able to transform this rage into beauty, which is your outcome. Nefertiti in the waning gibbous moon card is the sharing and the thanksgiving that we have after we've taken our power back from a situation that no longer serves us. The fifth chakra is all about creativity. It's all about expressing and speaking our truth in loving ways. Love is not weak. Love is extremely strong. And that is what you will have to be in order to continue your purification process, which it's indicated here that you've been going through this purification for a while. Capricorn, Aquarius moon people, you've been kind of questioning whether or not what you're actually seeing, you're really seeing, you're actually hearing, you're really hearing. Is this what people are really thinking? Is this what they're really saying? And you now know it. And so that's what the feeling of victimhood is about. But you're not a victim. What you are is you are acting on your intuition consciously in your internal space, and you're working with it. You're working with it. Okay, and you're encouraged to continue doing so, because as you do, you're going to align your ego and your soul with this intuitive knowing. The value of that for you is your ability to, with greater confidence, accept how you're feeling. Not that that is a challenge for you necessarily, Capricorn, Aquarius moon people. You can accept how you feel, but this is in the position of what's going to facilitate you letting go of the victimhood. So by accepting how you feel, keep in mind that you may feel like people are going to judge you, that people are going to see you differently. And it's more important that you accept how you feel about the situation and express it with love. That's Great Mother's message for you this Sagittarius full moon. And as you do your inner work, always remember that Great Mother loves you, and I do too. For more information about Mama Drama Trauma, visit mamadramatrauma.info.